Question number 8. Okay, this one is finance. Okay, financial mathematics. So in grade 11, you are studying mainly finding the final value. Okay, future value or final value using simple interest or compound interest. So simple interest, we use the formula A is equal to. When it comes to simple interest, we are using this formula A is equal to P1 plus I N. Simple interest. Okay, whenever you are using simple interest, that N must be number of years. Okay, simple interest formula, we are using this formula when it comes to simple interest. Then when it comes to compound interest, final value, how do you get it? Initial value 1 plus I to the power N. It's an exponential growth. Okay, when it comes to, sometimes we are using the same formula when it comes to population growth, like that. Okay, we are using this formula, but in simple interest formula we are using mainly we are using hire purchase simple interest formula we are using. Okay, so this is all about simple interest and compound interest. Then when it comes to depreciation, two types of depreciations are there. One is a straight line depreciation, the other one is reducing balance. In fact, the question number 1 is reducing balance. Depreciation. When it comes to depreciation, straight line depreciation is very same formula, simple interest, but instead of plus, you have to use what? Minus. That is straight line depreciation. Formula is A is equal to P1 minus IN. Guys, you need to see the situation. Don't use plus there. This is depreciation. When we are using depreciation, especially when you purchase something and after a particular years you have to sell it, buying and selling. Okay, in that case you won't get the money that you used to buy that one. You will get a lesser amount. You understand? So minus, don't use plus there. I saw previous tests some learners were using where you supposed to use minus. Please, okay? So that is straight line, simple interest. Then another one is reducing balance. Guys, I'm talking about here is depreciation. Reducing balance. Here we are using the formula, compound interest formula, but what? Minus, because it is depreciation. That is P1 minus I to the power N. So you have to choose. It's all about you. You have to choose the correct formula for any question. Clear? Now another formula that you need to know, the conversion between nominal and effective. That is also one question is there, 3 to 4 marks. What is that formula? 1 plus I effective is equal to 1 plus I nominal divided by M all to the power M. So left hand side, I is the decimal form of percentage. You know that I effective interest rate is equal to the right hand side nominal interest rate. Then M whatever you write, you have to write same thing. If it is monthly, then M both cases is going to be 12. IN divided by 12 to the power 12. If it is quarterly, then 4. Okay, 4 down and 4 up. Then if it is semi-annually, 2 up also 2. Semi-annually, don't use 6. Sometimes that's monthly is 12. We already know when it comes to months, it's 12. Don't use 6 there. Okay, semi-annually or half yearly, in both cases you have to use what? 2, because 2 half year together is a full year. Okay, so that's how we are going to use. Then daily is 365, then weekly is 52, but you won't get a question like that. You will get always these 3 cases: monthly, quarterly, half yearly. Monthly means 12, quarterly means 2, quarterly means 4, then half yearly means 2. You have to use like that. Is it clear? All right. Now there is a question that you can expect, a question like this. You know, different transactions are there in a particular account. So timeline, you have to use it. Timeline always start with the T0. Maybe you deposit a particular amount, maybe 1,000 Rand here. Then after 2 years, T1, T2, you deposit again 2,000. Then after 3 years from the initial T0, that is T3, you withdraw minus 500, then at the end T4, T5, at the end, that is 5 years, how much amount will be there? So guys, you can go with the easy one is go with the, that single step straight method. That is for the each transaction, this is the deposit, this also deposit, and this one is withdrawal, isn't it? And the interest rate is maybe 10% everywhere, 10% starting to the end, interest rate is not changed. So deal with each transaction separately. That is 10,000 is there in that account for how many years from starting point T0 up until end. Okay, whatever transaction that you take it, always from that transaction to the end thing, that is easy. Then 2000 is starting from second year to the end. So it has to go how many years? 1, 2, 3 years, isn't it? So you have to change the formula accordingly. So you have to add them. Then 500 is a withdrawal, so minus. So that 500, you withdraw 500, so the effect of that 500 is going to be there for how many years? 2 years, from here to 2 years. So 10,000, then 2,000, those must be added with the interest, then 500 with the interest you have to subtract. You're done, that's it. Okay, so this is how we do it, timeline. Okay, so whatever transaction to the end, to the last one, always you have to think like that. So if you think questions, you can do it very easily. All right guys, now we can do this question one by one. Question number 8.1. What is that? A new cell phone was purchased for around 7,200. Determine the depreciation. Did you see that? Depreciation, that is the money, the value is going to be decreased. Depreciation value after 3 years. If the cell phone is depreciated 25% per annum on reducing balance. So reducing balance, what is the formula? It's a minus, you have to put it in the compound interest formula, isn't it? That is 8.1 formula. Let me write it first. A is equal to P bracket 1 minus I to the power n. So A is the final value. Final value, don't think that always bigger than initial value. No, here other way around. Why? Because here you are dealing with the depreciation. So A final value is equal to, initial value is what? 7,200. 1 minus I is 25%, change it into decimal, divide by hundreds, it's going to be 0.25 to the power n is 3, number of years after 3 years. You can just punch in this one in the calculator, you will get the answer 3037.50. That is after 3 years the value will become 3037.50. This much rand is there. So you need to see the situation. After 3 years you purchased, if you want to sell it, you will get only 3,000. You don't expect 7,000 again, because you used it, that one. Okay, now 8.2. Amount of 500 is invested at a X percentage per annum compounded half yearly. Half yearly means number is 2, okay? Half yearly. After 6 years, it has grown to 1,126. Calculate the value of, that is the interest rate is missing there. Okay, interest rate is missing there, so you have to find that interest rate. That's it. I or X. Here they used X there. Is clear? Okay, so here compound interest, that is A is equal to P1 plus I to the power n. Since this one is a half yearly, so you have to do the necessary changes. Okay, so final amount is 1,126,10 and initial amount is 500. 1 plus what is I? I is not there, so I just leave it like that. 0 or X plus I, you can even write I, there's no problem, but divided by what? 2, don't forget, half yearly. The number of half year in 6 years, how many? 6 times 2. So you have to divide R by 2 and multiply, or I by 2 and multiply n by 2. That's how it is. N is 6, yeah. Now solve and find the value. you will get the answer. So what are you going to do? You are going to send 500 this side. So 1126,10 divided by 500. Don't subtract. 500 when you send other side, you have to divide it. Is equal to, what is left there? 1 plus I divided by 2 to the power 12. Now what are you going to send? You are going to send 12 other side, then 1 other side, then 2 other side. That's how it is. Is it clear? So 12 will be 12th root of, this is a power 12, okay? When it comes this side, either 12th root or the whole thing to the power 1 over 12. You can go by anything that you like. So I'm just using 12th root of 1126,10 over 500. This is just a simplification. That 1 plus I divided by 2. That bracket is gone when you send it 12 other side. Now what are you going to send? 1, this term, okay? That is going to be subtracted. That is 12th root of 1126. You can use the calculator at the end, guys. Otherwise, you know, the rounding off problem will come. 500 minus 1 is equal to I over 2. Now what is left there? 2 you have to send. So 2 is going to multiply the entire thing. I is equal to, when you multiply this one with the 2 in the calculator, when you type it, you will get 0,14. Therefore interest rate R is equal to, or X is equal to what? 14%. So this is how we do this question. So here rate is missing there, so you have to find the rate by sending number other side. So this type of question also you can expect. Now we can move to question number 8.3. All right, 8.3. What is 8.3? John invested 120,000. He is quoted a nominal interest rate. 7.2 is a nominal interest rate per annum compounded monthly. So this monthly, quarterly, half yearly, they talk about what? Nominal interest rate, part of nominal interest rate. Okay, that's 7.2 per annum. You have to find monthly by dividing by 12. Okay, so what will be its equivalent effective interest rate? Okay, so for that we already talked about that. The formula is 1 plus I E is equal to 1 plus I N nominal divided by, what is M here? Monthly means 12 to the power 12. If it is quarterly, 4 to the power 4. If it is half yearly, 2, then power also 2. That's how you have to change it, only those simple things. Then you are finding effective interest rate, IE. This one you are finding, isn't it? All right. So how do you find this one? You have to send other side. Where, don't forget, this one is given. What is that? 7,2, which is same as 0,072. So effective interest rate is equal to 1 plus nominal is what? 0,072 divided by 100, that percentage, over 12 to the power 12 minus 1, isn't it? So when you do it, this one, effective interest rate is going to be 0,07442. 07442. Therefore R is equal to, effective interest rate is equal to, multiply by 100, this is going to be 7,44. I mean 442. They want to correct it 3 decimal place. So 442%. Okay, so this is the effective interest rate is always bigger than its corresponding nominal interest rate. Okay, yes, so this is how you have to do that question. Then 8.3.2, use this interest rate. Whenever they say that use that particular, then only use it. The rest you can go by nominal interest rate. Okay, so 8.3.2, use that interest rate to find investment after 3 years, effective interest rate per annum. Okay, so what is the formula? Compound interest formula. A is equal to P1 plus I to the power N. Here we don't change into monthly or quarterly, because this one is an effective one per annum. So don't divide by 12 like that, don't do it. Okay, 3 times 12, don't do it. That is only for whenever you use nominal interest rate we are using. Effective one is straight substitution. So final amount is equal to, what is the initial amount? 120,000. 1 plus I is this one divided by 100, so it's going to be 0,0744 2 to the power 3. You will get the answer. When you do this one, it's going to be what? 148,834, comma 46 rand is the answer. So this is how we do it. It's a very simple question. Learners, those basic things you need to know, where we are using simple interest, compound interest, depreciation, then changing effective to nominal, then timeline. If you are good at that, you can do all these questions easily. Now we move to 8.3.3. 8.3.3, what is that? 8.3.3. Suppose John invests his money for a total of 4 years. After 18 months, 18 months means 1.5 years, isn't it? 18 months, he makes a withdrawal of 20,000. How much will he receive at the end of 4 years? So here he made only 2 transactions. One is investment, other one is withdrawal, isn't it? So let me draw the timeline first for how many years? 4 years, isn't it? So let me start with that one. That is T0, T1, T2, T3, T4, 4 years. So he made an investment, initial investment 120,000. Where are we going to place here? At T0, 120,000. Clear? Then after 18 months, since the timeline I made it for number of years, 18 months is 1.5, that is here. He made what? 20,000 withdrawal, that is minus 20,000. That's it. And everywhere same interest rate. What is that interest rate? 7.2%, isn't it? 7.2%, not effective one, monthly. Monthly one. So this is the whole story. Okay, so what will be the final amount, the A value here? So let us do this one by one. Let me start with the 120,000. That 120,000 is going up until N for 4 years without any problem. Okay, when you deal with the one transaction, just don't look at the other one. 120,000, how many years in that account? That amount is there for 4 years. Always one transaction to the end. 120,000 to the end, 4 years. So how do you final amount is equal to 120,000 will go how many years? 4 years. 1 plus interest rate is 0,072 divided by 12 to the power 4 times 12. 4 years means how many months? 48 months. So we are done with the 120,000 completely. Now you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to go back. All right, now withdrawal. So you have to write minus 20,000. That withdrawal is going to impact that account for rest of how many years? This 2 years, then half, 2.5, 2.5, isn't it? Yes, from minus 20,000 up until end. How many years are there? 2.5. Is it clear now? Let me write it down there. Minus 20,000. 1 plus interest rate is same, 0,072 divided by 12 to the power, what are you going to write? 2.5 times 12. Okay, so the rest of the years after the withdrawal, how many of them are there? How many of them? 2.5, isn't it? So that's how it is. So we are done, guys. Just complete it, you will get the answer. When you do that one, you will get the answer. That answer is 135,981. 135,981,73. So we are done. This much rand will be there in the account. Is it clear? This is how you have to do it. Okay, thank you.